Hey everyone, it's Kelly, and today we're going to do a reformer workout with a 3-pound bar or pole. So we're going to start with footwork using the pole in our hands. I am on 4 springs and going to lie down on my back. Have your foot bar in whatever height works best for you, and then roll all the way down. So holding the pole in your hands, heels on the pedal. Make sure your shoulders are gently snug against the shoulder pads. And you're gonna keep the elbows narrow by your sides when the elbows are down. Inhale, press out, reach up. Exhale, return. Inhale into the low back. Exhale, return. Reach. And return. Keep going. This is going to work the arms, the legs, and the core. One more like this, and then return. Lower to your arches. Elbows go wide, bars near your chest. Press up, elbows widen as you come in. Inhale and exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6. I keep my fingertips long because I don't like to over grip the bar. And last one, and return. Put your toes on, arms up to the ceiling. Press away, wrapping your toes around like a bird on a perch. Bend your elbows, and then return. And bend, and straighten. Inhale, exhale. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then return. Put the bar in your right hand, palm faces your body, left hand is down on the mat. Open your toes into Pilates V. Punch up and down. Up and down. Reach. Trying to keep that bar as stable as you can, making sure that it's not wavering in space. We're going to stay out there on this next one. So reach away and then bend and straighten your elbows. Heels are squeezed together. Inner thighs are squeezed together. The bar comes towards your ear and back up. Make sure you're breathing. Abs are drawn in. This is your last one. When that arm straightens, lower your elbow, bring it home. Heels wide on the bar. Bar goes to the other hand. And you could, by the way, use a hand weight for this and not a pole if that's what you have. I should have said that in the beginning and didn't think of it. And down. Push and pull. 3, 4, inhale, exhale. We're going to stay out there on this next one and bend and straighten your elbow. Tricep presses, controlling that bar, squeezing your thighs really strong. Pull your kneecaps up by engaging your thigh muscles. One more. And bend and come all the way home. Very good. So maybe shimmy off the shoulder pads just a little bit and lengthen your legs over top of the bar. And you're going to do some head roll-ups. So legs are long and strong, squeeze tightly together. Inhale, lift your head and chest, reach the bar towards your legs. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push your back bottom ribs into the mat to help you push off and up, and lower, and up, and down, up, and down. Couple more. Head's just going along for the ride, and lower down. Take a moment to drop your knees to the right, head to the left. And other way. Good. And then we're going to lower the headrest and heels wide on the foot bar. You're holding your pole up to the ceiling, hands directly over your shoulder girdle. Pressing into your feet, tuck your tail, press the back bottom ribs down to help you levitate the pelvis up as high as feels safe to you, and then roll the body down. This bar is just a little bit high for my long legs, but I'm going to go with it. Tuck, peel, and lift, and roll down, engaging those hamstrings. Try not to put a lot of heavy pressure into your head. One last one. And down. Very good. We're going to come all the way up. Leave that headrest down though, because we are going to put our feet on it. So we're going to put the long box in position against the shoulder pads, right in the center of the mat. And then I'll probably do one red spring, although I may end up having to change that for what I'm going through with my shoulder currently. But we'll see. We'll try the one red and see how that goes. Have a seat on the box, facing your headrest, feet on the headrest. Place the pole through your shorter loops if you have double loops. And then make sure you're scooted back so that your calves touch the box. So you have a lot of pull. Actually, one of these, maybe my shoulders, but one of them feels a little longer than the other. Oh, I really shortened that. So let's fix this side. There we go. All right, sitting tall, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. That's another thing. Before you move, make sure that your pelvic girdle, your midsection, and your shoulder girdle are stacked. You don't want to be sitting in an arched position, and you don't want to be slouching back. So directly up, like you're a puppet on a string and someone's pulling you upright, and then pull your elbows wide apart, squeezing those shoulder blades together. 2. And this may feel very light for some of you, and you're welcome to put on another blue or red spring along with the one red. But for me right now, one red is more than enough. I'm actually not supposed to be doing a lot of strengthening work right now. I'm supposed to be stretching this frozen shoulder more, but for today we'll be doing a little bit of strength. We'll keep it light though. Couple more. And reach to straight. Turn your palms up. You're just going to pull the elbows down and back, bringing the bar towards your low abdomen, along your legs, and then reach away. Back and forth. Getting some mobility through that socket. On each side. Last 2. And last one. squeezing the shoulder blades and releasing. I'm going to walk my hips forward just a little bit because we're going to contract those deep low abs, curl part way down, and then bicep curl the arms. And last one, and reach forward and sit tall. So you're going to take off the strap that's on the right side of the post and hang it up. And then you're going to keep the other strap on the left side of this post, which will be the bottom, and you're going to hold it in place, kind of wrap your fingers around it. Your top hand can hold the top of the stick, either palm down or palm in, like you're paddling a canoe, and then you're going to bring your elbow down and back around. And 2. You can add a little bit of rotation through the torso when you're doing this, but make sure you're lifted tall so you don't screw your spine down on itself. Excellent. And return. Good. So now we're going to come off the side of the machine, take that pole through the longer loop if you have one, and stand to face your risers. Feet are hip distant apart for a row with a squat. So squat down and pull, and reach, and pull. Make sure you have a good platform of your feet. 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to do it with a bicep curl. So palms up and squat and pull. And 2. That strap makes a lot of noise as it rolls along the bar. 6, good. When you're standing tall, turn your palms to face down. Take your right foot back behind you for a lunge and a balancing act. So you're going to squat down or lunge down and then reach out, pull the foot up in front of you. Take it behind you, down, and reach. I need to back up a little and pull. It just makes it harder, a little heavier for my shoulder. Good, and up, foot comes down. Now take that back foot behind you, hinge forward out of your hips, and balance on your left leg, or at least attempt to. And then once you feel stable, if you can, pull. Straight arms coming toward your leg. 3. Use your glute on that back leg to hold your leg up. Hold in your abs. Good. And set your foot down. You're going to turn to face your machine and hold your stick one hand below the strap, one hand above, so for serape. So hip bones need to face straight forward as your chest turns. And if it's too heavy, walk to the left or decrease your spring tension. I'm going to do 8 of these. And 8. Good job. And then we're going to hang the strap up and go ahead and we'll have a seat and we'll just go into the rowing on the other side. So short loop is what I used before. And the strap is at the bottom of your stick, right hand holding the bottom of the stick, left hand is on top or holding close to the top side. And then you're just going to pull down and around. And 2, just as though you're paddling a canoe. Adding a little bit of rotation through the torso. If you need more range, you can scoot your bottom back. This is 8 of 10. And release. So now we're going to put that through the longer strap, come up to standing on this side of the machine, and feet are wide for squats. So you're going to row as you squat down and reach away as you stand tall. Good, that was 6, and then we're going to do 6 with bicep curls. Like I said before, you can also use a hand weight, which will make your hands more narrow, which is fine. Or you could just use a wooden dowel from your tower. Good. And then turn your palms down again. Take your left leg behind you for a lunge and a row. Make sure that strap's in the center of the stick so you feel like you're evenly pulling. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you know what I forgot to do was the balance. So I'm going to make myself do more with my balance and my leg coming up. So it's down and up. And I'm going to step back for that. And pull and up. One more, that'll be 6. So we got some extra lunges on this side. And then take your foot down. Now that foot's going to go back behind you again, left foot, the one closest to the machine. And then right foot forward. And we're going to hinge forward out of our hips and balance on the right leg. Left leg comes up behind us into an arabesque. You can stay balancing here or pull your arms toward your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, abs drawn in, 5, and 6. And then set the foot down. We're going to turn to face the machine for serape. Make sure your hip bones are like headlights on each side, pointing straight forward, and the torso is going to twist to the left. So I feel like my right hip is pulling back as I turn my chest or my rib cage away from it. This is 6 of 8. Excellent. And release. Good. So you can set your stick down for a moment. I'm going to go a lot lighter because we're about to do some shoulder work. So I'm going on to 1 yellow, which may almost be too light, but it's what I need to do to survive right now. Or you could be on 1 blue or stay on the red. So we're going to pick up the stick. It still has the strap that's on my left side attached. And we're going to pull it around to the front. It's also in the long loop of my double loops. So I just kind of use my fingers to hold the strap in place on the left side of the bar. I press out, woo, and in. You would think this would be so light, even with a 3-pound pole, and so easy, but for my left shoulder, it feels super heavy. We're going to keep the arms straight, turn to the left, pull back using those obliques, bend in, straighten, rotate left, back to center, pull in, reach, twist, center, and bend, reach, twist, center, 2 more. I have to turn my palm. Center and in. Very good. You're going to add the other strap, long loop, on there. So they're both on. Start with the hands by your chest, bar by your chest. Press out and in. Keep the neck long, abs drawn in. For most people, this is going to feel really light. So go on a heavier spring. I'm actually going to turn both hands so they match because my left one is just struggling to stay palm down right now. One more time. And bring it in. Remove the strap. Actually, don't. Let's do some tricep presses. I'm going to try to bring my arms overhead. So bring your hands to the center. Shimmy that stick up so that the straps are above your shoulders. And let's stretch and bend. I think I can do this. And 2. Exhale, press. 3. Abs drawn in. 4. 5. Squeeze the box with your ankles. 6. Let's do 8. 7. One more time. And then lower and pull in. Take that left strap off now. You could also do serve the brownies. There's a whole bunch of things you could do here. But we're not gonna. Take that off and we'll go back to, now the strap is on the right side, near my right hand. Punch out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep it straight on 6, turn right, center, bend in. Work those oblique muscles along with the shoulders. I know I'm getting some slack on my rope, but if you're using a heavier spring on the reformer than I am, that shouldn't happen to you. But I'm okay with this. We're gonna do one more after this one. And twist, center, and return. Very good. All right, go ahead and hang up the strap, get that carriage in, and then you're gonna come off to your left. Set your pole down on the gray surface, and then we're gonna put the box on the floor. So you can walk around the machine. I'm just gonna kind of scoot on here, put it on the floor, and make it, you want it somewhat close to the front, maybe slightly, if your machine's high enough, under, wedged in under your reformer so that it doesn't slip and slide. And then be on one red spring. And I'm actually going to take my socks off for this because you may need a sticky pad or sticky socks. And if you need a kneeling pad, grab one. So your right knee is going to be up against the shoulder pad. Your left foot is going to be on the box. If you want the pole, by all means, grab it. I'm going to give my shoulders a break, but if we're going to use the pole, you're going to hold it in your hands, and as we do this exercise, you're going to be punching up and pulling down. So I'm probably just going to let my arms hang for right now. So my foot that's on the box is my left foot, kind of close to the front of the machine, to the foot bar side, and it's turned out. My other knee or thigh is against the shoulder pad. And we're going to push away into a split. Both legs pushing and pull in. So it's not just my right leg, and it's not my right leg staying under me and just my left leg going, right? Both legs are going out and in. And out and in. Just don't let your foot slide off your box, and don't let your box slide. Make sure if you need to put something under it or wedge it under your machine a little bit. Push with the right and the left. Pull everything back in, all the way in. Really get that right leg underneath you. Push it away. Pull it in. Push it away. Pull it in. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. And on the next one, remember again, you can be punching up as you push away. On this next one, we're going to stay out here. And the left leg's going to stay straight and anchored. And the right one is going to pulse out and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel my quad. 8, and inner and outer thigh. And pull in. Now, we're going to put the left leg on against the shoulder pads and the right foot on the frame of the machine. Come to kneeling in an upright position. So the further away your foot is on the frame, the heavier this pull will be. So that's going to be up to you, and you can always go lighter in your Reformer spring to a blue. I'm on 1 red right now. But you're going to pull and release. And pull. I'm digging my foot down into the frame and pulling. And I feel my inner thighs big time. 3, 4. And trying to keep my chest facing straight on, shoulders open. Abs drawn in, as always. This is our 8th one. We're going to stay out here. So pull with this leg, and then just your other leg is going to go out and in. 2, this is heavy. 3, 4, 5, ooh, inner thigh. 6, 7, watch your balance, and 8. And bring it back. I think the pain overtook me, or the strain on that muscle. And release. Good. And then we are going to bring the box to the other side. Make sure the box is pretty much in line with your carriage, but it may be forward of that if you need to wedge it into underneath your machine a little so that it stays still. And then we're going to kneel. Left leg is against the shoulder pad. Pad's right foot is turned out on the box. The further away this right foot is, the easier this will be. The closer in, the harder it will be because you'll have more tension on your springs. So do what works for you. And press with both legs. So this left one, which is a balancing act, comes out from under you as if you're just pushing through both legs going into a split. Remember to make sure your foot and box are stable. Next one is our 8th one. We're going to stay out there with this right leg straight, and the left one's going to move under. Just don't let your box move. And in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bring it in. And then bring your right knee down against the shoulder pad, left leg up. on a turnout on the frame. Be in an upright position. The further away the left leg is, the more it will pull and have to work. And pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like your right leg and torso are staying in line and going with you. One more time, you're going to stay out there, and just the right leg opens, closes. Little pulses. 3, 4, 5. This knee stays over ankle. 6, 7, and 8. And return with control. And carefully come down. And then we're going to put the box away. We're going to do an Eve's lunge and inner thigh stretch to finish. And one red or one blue spring. I had switched to a blue when I was going to do something else that I changed my mind about, so we're going to use a red spring. Left foot forward, right foot back, and sink down and back. Open up your heart and curl. Flat foot against the shoulder pad, not just the ball of your foot, but your heel too. One more time. Good. And then we're going to go to our inner thigh stretch. So right foot goes across the frame of the machine to the opposite shoulder pad, and you bend down and you lunge out. I personally prefer to keep or to bend my left knee, the foot that's on the floor, and keep my other leg straight. I think it's because I'm tall. If I just go out into a split, the carriage sometimes ends and I just don't feel as good of a stretch. You can stay out here, you can move out and in, you can kind of just play with it and get whatever stretch feels good to you. Don't hyperextend your knees. And then bring it in, and we're going to finish on the other side. Oh, we'll do Eve's lunge first. All right, flat foot against the shoulder pad. Kneecap can be resting on the mat, but don't put a lot of heavy weight into it. Open up and curl. Inhale, right knee stays over that ankle. It doesn't push back like a lot of people want to do. And curl in. 2 more. Last one like this. And curl, and then turn towards your machine and go ahead and put your foot against the far shoulder pad. Bend forward if you can. You can hold on to the foot bar if you need to. Legs can be straight, or you can bend your standing leg and hold on to whatever surface helps, like the frame, the mat, the bar. Stay out here or move out and in, whatever feels like a good stretch for you. And bring it home very carefully and take your foot down. And you did it. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great week.